Globally, laws range from the weird and wonderful to the downright peculiar. But today we have brought you top 10 weird laws from around the world. 1. Parliament's famous Salmon Act of 1986 states that it is illegal to hold salmon under suspicious circumstances. Section 32 of the Salmon Act 1986 in the UK and Wales stipulates that it is an offence to handle salmon under suspicious circumstances. Now that's pretty funny thing to get arrested for. 2. If you own any chickens in Quitman, Georgia, it is illegal to let them cross the road. Simply put, the law essentially wants owners to have their chickens under control at all times. This makes sense when you imagine the danger of letting farm animals run about, but the specificity of the law about not allowing chickens to cross the road rings true to the joke and makes for a funny read. Georgia likes to ensure the safety and sacredness of their chicken, as in Gainesville, Georgia, you have to eat fried chicken with your bare hands. Keep your forks away from them. The law describes chicken as a culinary delicacy sacred to its municipality. Perhaps this is why chicken deserves a specific transport safety law. 3. Australia's second most populated state says it illegal to change a light bulb unless you're a licensed electrician. Under Victorian law, changing a light bulb without a valid license to do so is against the law. Taking your light into your own hands brought a fine of $10 Australian. However, a revision to the 1998 Electricity Safety Act updated this law. A spokeswoman for Energy Safe Victoria said that, while the Electricity Safety Act makes it illegal to do your own electrical work if you are not licensed, changing a light bulb and removing a plug from a socket were specifically exempted from this requirement under Order in Council G17. 4. Milan in Italy states that it is a legal requirement to smile at all times except at funerals or hospitals. What is with the long face? In Milan, the law compels you to smile. It is prescribed by a city regulation from Austro-Hungarian times that was never repealed. Exemptions included funeral goers, hospital workers, or those at the bedside of an ill family member. For everybody else there is no excuse for being glum, the alternative being a fine. This has got to be one of the weirdest laws of all. 5. In Florida, it is illegal to pass wind in a public place after 6 p.m. on Thursdays. There is some debate over this one. It certainly is a forgotten law and has never really been enforced in Florida. 6. It is against the law to have a sleeping donkey in your bathtub after 7 p.m. In Arizona, this law was brought into effect due to a public menace case in 1924. A merchant used to allow his donkey to sleep in a bathtub. The town was flooded when a local dam broke and the donkey was washed a mile down the valley. The donkey survived, but locals spent a lot of time and manpower to save the animal. This law was passed shortly after. 7. It is against the law not to walk your dog at least 3 times a day in Turin, Italy. Dog owners in Turin, Italy will be fined up to €500 if they don't walk their pets at least 3 times a day, under a new law from the city's council. Italy considers itself an animal-loving nation, and in many cities stray cats are protected by law. To enforce the law, Turin police would rely largely on the help of tipsters spotting cruel treatment by neighbors. Turin has the most stringent animal protection rules in the country. They even banned fairgrounds from giving away goldfish in bags. 8. In Scotland, if someone knocks on your door and requires the use of your toilet, you must let them enter. Yes, this means that by law if you need the toilet you can suggest it is illegal for them to deny you the use of their toilet. However, this law is questionable, as how can we suggest people should let just anyone into their home? This law has made many lists of the most absurd laws, but I could not find any context behind this peculiar law. 9. In Samoa, it is illegal to forget your wife's birthday. You will get more than a silent treatment from your wife if you forget her birthday in Samoa. It is unclear how long your sentence would be, but maybe some time apart for you to think about how to make it up to her wouldn't be too bad. 10. The French town of Sarparanx makes it a legal requirement to have bought a burial plot before dying. Some issues were had in this French town with people wantonly dying and then expecting to be buried. The mayor issued an edict forbidding people from dying within the city limits unless they had previously purchased a plot in a local cemetery. People who die anyway will be severely punished. What kind of punishment you give the dead, however, is as of yet unclear. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the Fast Facts channel. We bring facts from around the world for you daily. See you in the next video.